Hello guys, my name is Derek with Frontline Foam, where we do content on nerf, specifically high power and high performance nerf. Our goal is to share the countless hours of fun we've had with nerf with the rest of the world. Hopefully you guys like and subscribe. Today, we'll be talking about the BK1, specifically how to troubleshoot the BK1 and how to work the BK1. It is a fun blaster. It is a great design by Zeus, and the internals are powered by T238. For the cycling, it is a really fun entry-level AEB with a low price tag, with good performance. But if you're new to AEBs, it can be a little bit tricky to figure out how it works with the different options, with the cycling, with the resetting, with the stock and stuff. So hopefully this video will be helpful for you. Without further ado, let's look into it. The BK1S, there's no user manual. There are a couple of videos out there on how to use it in general. Hopefully this will be helpful for our viewers, and you'll get this automatically sent to you if you buy a BK. So the information will be straight into your email inbox. You won't have to look anything up, everything you need in one place. That being said, I've got a battery here. It's almost full charge. Full is 12.6, 12.4. But usually with the BK, you want to make sure you have a fully charged battery, because that is what gives the motor torque to then prime your blaster. And we'll just go through some basic troubleshooting tips and basic user guide. So to use the blaster, of course, you have a safe, semi, and full. It has a unique board where you hold down the trigger to change your fire type. To install a battery in the stock, we will pull this metal pin down all the way and then slide the whole stock off. Then we have an XT30 in the back that we can plug in our battery. Pulling the trigger once will have 3 beeps indicating the blaster is powered on. Pulling it again will then cycle and then chamber a dart, and then you can put in a mag. And there's no dart in the barrel though, so we can pull the charging handle back and forward to then chamber a dart, and then pull the trigger to fire, and it will then cycle another dart. See, that is a semi-auto. Now, if I hold the trigger down for 5 seconds, it'll also shoot. And if I keep the trigger held down for 5 seconds, it'll beep again. And that indicates switching to double shot mode, where you pull the trigger once and it fires twice. So I'll put my mag in, chamber dart, pull the trigger once, it fires twice. Then, of course, switching to full auto is just full auto firing. And to switch back into semi-auto mode, we would then pull the trigger to shoot 2 darts, keep it held on for 5 seconds. And then now it is back to semi-auto. We've got a little jam door on the side. The mag goes in, pressing the button on the side takes the mags out. And then to adjust the battery stock, say you wanted to adjust your spring tension or wanted to switch your stock, you can loosen the thumb screw in the bottom, and then you can rotate the entire stock and remove the whole stock. Here you can then access the rear, where you can adjust your spring tension, put a spacer in or stronger spring, all that jazz. When you're done with the blaster for the day, do not leave it primed sitting overnight. So when the cylinder is pulled back, or I should say the bolt is pulled back, that indicates it is a ready to fire state. To then deprime and release the compression on spring, you'll hold the trigger down on semi-auto mode, hold it down, so it'll fire, and fire your shot, then hold it down for 5 seconds, you hear a beep, and then another 10 seconds, you will hear a series of beeps. The beep, beep, then you let go. It is now deprimed, it'll shoot once more, and you're ready to store the blaster. It can be a little confusing to, because every time you do kind of change, then you pull the trigger the first time, it will always shoot a dart, so there will be some dry firing involved. It seems to not have much of a problem. However, if you're worried about that, you can keep darts loaded as you change from cycling modes or to deprime, all that stuff. To set the blaster up, the stock can be kind of annoying because it can be loose. And rotate on you, this tube and the locking ring. So what I like to do is crank the tube all the way down, so that way it's in a vertical position. And then I tighten the ring down as hard as I can. I always keep the stock, the black tube, tightened as far as I can to get the right tension on it. Over time though, your threads could strip and you lose some of that contact because it's plastic on plastic. If you tighten it down all the way and leave it there, you should be good to go. That's really the best way I found to have the stock be stable on you. Otherwise, if you try to use the stock, it can rotate on you, and it's annoying. And so if you're using it in your shoulder tighten it down as far as you can to where you want it so it sits vertically. So I'm gonna tighten it back. So then I'm gonna tighten that ring down as hard as I can. And in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten the ring down and then twist the stock as to tighten both the stock and the ring to get the most tension I can, similar to the apex. And then to adjust the stock, you hit the yellow lever. To get it all the way off, you then pull down on this pin. Not too bad. So let's simulate a jam. If it doesn't fully cycle, what do you do? So sometimes if there is, if you plug the barrel and you fire, so one tap turns it on, another tap chambers the dart, another tap fires. I plugged the barrel, which actually created an air pocket, which slowed down the bolt so that way it didn't fully reset before the plunger pulled back. So now it is stuck. So 2 ways to fix this is hold down the trigger for 5 seconds. So you'll pull the trigger to, and then you have a double beep, which means its cycle is stuck. And then you got one beep indicating a switch to fire mode, and then hold it down for 15, double beep. You then deprime and you're ready to go again. If it's firing fine, but then it seems to be like miscycling, like not going back all the way really consistently all the time, then you can do a hard reset of the entire system where it'll be stuck in the back position. And then when you try to fire, it'll have a double beep and it won't let you fire. I'm gonna hold down the trigger for that 5 seconds to switch fire modes, but then 10 more seconds to deprime. Then we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna hold down the trigger. After 5 seconds, it switches fire modes. And then 15 seconds, double beep means it'll deprime. We wanna hold it for 30 seconds though. You have 3 beeps, beep, beep, beep. And that means the entire system has been reset and the cycling should return to its factory norm. And so after a while, as you know, if you get lots of jams or run some bad darts, get a really bad jam, and if it's not cycling properly, hold it down for that 30 seconds, listen for that 3 beeps, and that's how you do a kind of a factory reset of the electronics. That is the BK. Overall, a really fun blaster and pretty dang reliable considering it is an AEB. The only thing that I have noticed to be an issue with the default one is the darts are loose in the barrel. Let me show you that real quick. Here is a dart, just pulled from the side. If I put the dart in the barrel, so I can show you that it's a reasonably tight fit, nice and tight fit. It's a pretty new bamboo off the floor, but if it was a worn dart or even just a dart shot once or twice, and if I put it in, you can see now it's like kind of loose. And then I can blow it down to seat it all the way. Sometimes I can hear the dart bouncing as I shake the blaster. I can hear the dart move in the barrel. So the barrel, depending on your dart quality and if they're used, can be a problem. So we would recommend swapping the barrel. Coming to a Nerf shop near you, you can swap the barrel by replacing the original Collet, so you have like a Collet clamp type barrel system, so you can use a tighter barrel. So that way you have a little bit more reliability with used darts or darts that aren't brand new, depending on the barrel tolerance of your BK, how it came from the factory. If you find your barrel's too loose, that can help. But hopefully this troubleshooting guide helps you use your BK. Hey guys, hopefully you found that quick video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you did, please like and subscribe to our channel to find more content like it where we do new releases about high power Nerf and high performance Nerf. We'll talk about different mod guides, troubleshooting guides, gameplay, everything high power Nerf related. So if that interests you, please like and subscribe, or if you saw this video and felt it was helpful, then do that as same thing. Please leave us a review, or if a friend shared it with you, we ask you to pay it forward and do the same thing. So share this post, show it to a friend, or leave a review, and that would help us amazing to get the word of mouth out there to the rest of the world about how awesome Nerf is as a hobby. So help us grow the hobby by sharing this. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time in the next time's video. Keep nerfing.